Welcome to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. Now here's your host, Annie Durbon.
Welcome to Sooner Sports Pad. I'm Annie Durbon alongside my lovely co-hosts, Courtney Boggs and Blakely Durham, and our excited live studio audience. Guys, who's in there?
We've got some women from the Association of Women in Sports Media in there.
And we're also joined by the super pumped OU lacrosse team. And we will also talk to OU men's basketball coach Lon Kruger later on.
And after that, in face-off, me and Courtney will discuss whether the men's basketball team will still win the Big 12 title.
And then later on, we'll get a little one-on-one action with Kadeem Latin and about his journey here at OU. Well, the Sooners started off the much-anticipated KU game off on the wrong foot this weekend. The Sooners shot only 26% in the first half, but by the second half, things got much different. Buddy Hield got hot and earned 18 of his 24 points. He also made his first three of the night with only 18 minutes remaining, but shot 3 after 3 to finally getting the Sooners ahead of the Jayhawks. But it all came down to one free throw that ended up being the difference between overtime and the first home loss this season. Number 6 Kansas stole the win over Oklahoma 76-72. So Oklahoma had a rough start to the first half. Courtney, give us a breakdown on the first half. Well, the Lloyd Noble Center was hyped. The Sooners were ready to play, but unfortunately, Kansas's defense was rock solid, which turned out to be a little bit of an issue for Buddy Hield, who leads Oklahoma's offense. Devontae Graham was stuck to Buddy like glue and prevented Buddy from making the shots he normally does. Although the first half seemed to start cold for OU, they overcame the 14-point deficit and brought it back to 33-38 before halftime.
All right, now as for the second half, I can wholeheartedly say it was an exciting one. And after the rough start, like you said, the Sooners really got into a rhythm in that second half. Buddy Hield had 2 back-to-back threes, one from way downtown. He got it, and just like that, the Sooners were up by 4. From there, it was a battle till the end. Buddy Hield and Isaiah Cousins combined for 45 points. But unfortunately, in the end, the Sooners came up short, 76-72. However, a great effort all around by the team, and really an exciting matchup again between these two teams. I hope they play.
They're always exciting to watch.
Exactly.
Always. Thanks, guys. Well, also, ESPN College Game Day was in town this weekend, and Clark Sachs caught up with Game Day host Reese Davis to talk about how special Buddy Hield is to college basketball in this first edition of Clark's Corner.
People are captivated by guys who can shoot, and part of that is probably a derivative of Steph Curry sort of taking the NBA by storm. Kevin Durant, great shooters are sort of back in vogue. And with the way the game has changed a little bit in college basketball this season, more freedom of movement, certainly a team like Oklahoma with the emphasis on the three-point shot. When you have a guy who is extraordinary at it and also has a little flair to his game, a little charisma, I think it's one of the big reasons that he's been such a compelling figure in college basketball this year.
The Sooners are back in the spotlight, a favorite to be a #1 seed, in large part to head coach Lon Kruger. What has he done that really has turned around this program in such a short amount of time?
I think the biggest thing that he's done is that he hasn't tried to build the program the same way everybody else has. I mean, Lon's a terrific basketball coach. He's been great everywhere he's been. He's a very good recruiter, but he's built this program on guys who are high-ceiling developmental guys. Sometimes you hear that phrase and it seems like it's a slight or an insult, and I don't mean it that way at all. It's just not everybody comes out of high school ready to be Ben Simmons or Jahlil Okafor or somebody in their first year in college, Karl Anthony Towns. Other guys have great capabilities and very high ceilings, but they need some development. Lon's an excellent teacher, and he's got a great eye for talent, and I think he's found a lot of guys who have developed over the course of their career.
Well, Reese, I appreciate you joining me. First guy in Clark's Corner. Thank you very much.
I'm the first?
First one.
I'm the first?
Yep.
All right.
Annie, back to you.
That's great. Bye, Annie.
Thanks, Reese, and thanks, Clark. Well, there was a lot of Sooner action this weekend. Guys, who are your MVPs for the week? Well, it is no secret that the OU women's gymnastics team is on fire this season, which is why I can't even narrow it down to one MVP. So my MVP is the whole bars lineup. Okay, they posted a 49.6 at the Perfect 10 Challenge this past weekend, which not only is the #1 score in the nation, but also the second highest score in OU history. The team was led by junior Mackenzie Wofford with her 9.925, which she is also ranked #1 in the nation. And then we had two more come in clutch, Keely Kamichek and freshman Nicole Lehrman with a 9.95 to top the chart and really push the Sooners over the edge.
Well, my MVP is Erin Miller. She's really stepping up for the softball team, filling the holes that graduates Lauren Chamberlain and Shelby Finley left. And in the tournament over the weekend, she played great. She had 2 homers in back-to-back consecutive games to get the Sooners going. And in the win over Long Beach State, she also tripled her 10th of her career. That puts her at a tie for 8th place in OU history. So we're excited to see what she's got for the rest of the season.
And there was a lot more Sooner sports this weekend, guys. What can you tell us? Well, it's probably not a surprise that the OU women's gymnastics team won this past weekend at the Perfect 10 Challenge. This boosts their team average to a 197.428, which keeps them at the top in the nation. The Sooners are also ranked in the top 3 on all 4 events. They are 3rd on the floor exercise and #1 on vault, bars, and beam. Super impressive. Chase Capps also still holds the #1 spot on the balance beam, and Mackenzie Wofford still holds the #1 spot on uneven bars. So there's a lot of #1s going on in the gymnastics world. There's only one, baby.
Well, the softball team took a trip to Sin City this weekend, and they went 3 for 2 in their 5-tournament game. Including 2 shutouts against Syracuse and Long Beach State. Unfortunately, they lost 2 games to top 25 opponents, but still a positive weekend with those 2 shutouts. They are back in action this weekend at the Trot Cox Classic in Las Cruces.
Little tongue twister there.
Big tongue twister, sorry.
Well, the 5th-ranked men's tennis team defeated Illinois in the consolation semifinals at the ITA Indoor National Championship this past weekend. 3 Sooners walked away with individual wins in the singles competition, but what really gave OU the competitive edge is the 3 out of 3 dynamic duos, stomping them in doubles play, leading them to the victory. The Sooners will be back in action this next weekend as they head to Tulsa and take on the Golden Hurricane.
All right, well, the women's basketball team pulled off an awesome upset against #6 Texas. Horns down, baby. Get this. They went on a 25-2 run in the 4th quarter alone to beat the Longhorns 74-56. Vivi Pierre-Louise scored 17 points. She was a high scorer for the Sooners, and senior Kaylin Williams added 13. An impressive win overall. The Sooners are now 10-2 at the LNC. Their next matchup is Wednesday on the road against West Virginia.
They looked good. They looked really good.
Thanks, guys. Well, don't go anywhere because coming up next is Face Off. Courtney and Blakely will share this week's favorite viral video. Stick with us.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. It's time for Face Off. Courtney and Blakely, are you ready for y'all's first Face Off?
I'm ready. Are you ready, Courtney?
Hey, you already know.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, first question. With the Sooners' loss over the weekend, will the men still have a chance at winning the Big 12 season title?
All right, hope is not lost, guys. The men are still going to win the Big 12. I'm telling you. Listen to this. I know we have a tough road schedule coming up. We've got West Virginia and then Texas next week. But guess who else has a tough schedule? Kansas, okay? And they're not that great on the road, okay? So I think they'll lose 2 out of their last 3. They've got rival K-State, Baylor, and Texas. And all we need to do is take care of the business at home and on the road, and the Big 12's ours, guys.
Okay, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not the bad guy here. I don't think the Sooners will finish regular season on top. But listen, they're going to be a force to reckon with in the Big 12 tournament, okay? Okay, so the Sooners will have to win out. Kansas has to lose 2. I think that's an unlikely combination, but the Sooners are going to head into the Big 12 tournament with fire in their eyes, and I can assure you that if Kansas and OU meet again in the Big 12 tourney, it is going to be a rematch to remember.
Absolutely. I agree
All right, thanks, guys. Well, I'm here with junior Nick Creedon, and he is on the lacrosse team. You guys had a big win this weekend. How's the season going for you so far?
It's going well. Last weekend, we went over to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama, and then we played Auburn Saturday night. And we split those games. This next weekend we play against TCU down at TCU. On Sunday, Saturday we play Iowa State. I heard ESPN's going to be there. It may be the game of the week. So stay tuned. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated, but stay tuned.
Awesome. Well, good luck. So football signing day was very successful for OU, signing 19 players.
The question from the audience is, which signee will have the biggest impact this season? Blakely, if you'd like to take it away.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Now, Zach Farrar has the brightest future for the Sooners. I know everybody's so hyped about Caleb Kelly, and so am I, but this guy's amazing. I'm telling you, he's from South Lake Carroll, and look at this catch right here over the defender on his helmet, and he still goes in and scores a touchdown. Now, that's a highlight reel if I've ever seen one. I'm telling you, and he's also huge, 6'3", 210 pounds. Lincoln Riley loves to use those big receivers in East Carolina, so I bet he sees a bright future for Zach Farrar.
Well, I'm going to go with the obvious here and say Caleb Kelly. I mean, obviously, a lot of the hype on signing day was around Caleb Kelly. Stoops and his staff looked and saw, hey, there's going to be some holes in the lineup, and we need to fill them. So, obviously, we're not going to be able to replace Eric Stryker. I mean, he's one of a kind. We all know that. But I feel like recruiting a 5-star and signing him is a step in the right direction. I mean, he's so dynamic in his high school highlights. I cannot wait to see what he looks like on the collegiate level.
All right, well, now it's time to get inside the minds of our analysts. What do you guys have for this week's viral video?
Okay, well, how could I not pick a video from the dunk contest this weekend? All-Star weekend, you got to see some dunks. Look at this, Aaron Gordon over the mascot. The crowd's reacting. It's an awesome video. Now, Zach Lavine actually was the one who won. He edged out Aaron Gordon for his second year in a row to win that dunk contest. But still, amazing, both of them. Just props. I absolutely could never do that. Can't even think about doing that. So props to them.
I can't dunk, but I can dab. Okay, so I know. Okay, this video right here tells you when and where dabbing is acceptable. Now, according to this video, it's pretty much acceptable anywhere. And we all know Cam Newton made it kind of popular, but this video takes it to a whole new level in kind of some weird places. So I don't really know where it is acceptable to dab, but I'm going to let you guys decide on this one. All I know is I'm about that dab life. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys, this could be a very hard decision, but it is time to vote. So cheer the loudest for your favorite. Is it Courtney? Yes, or is it Blakely? Come on. It looks like Blakely takes the win on this one. Congratulations on your first face-off victory.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone, don't go anywhere because Lon Kruger is here and we will talk to him live. And we'll have a story on the big man on campus, Kadeem Latin. Stay with us.
Special thanks to our Cornerstone television partners, Chesapeake Energy, Riverwind Resort, Anheuser-Busch, OU Outreach, and OU Medicine.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. Kadeem Latin is the big man of the future at OU, but right now he's earning his stripes at the defensive end of the court. Gloria Noble sat down and spoke with the Sooners center.
Kadeem Latin has been big for OU this season.
Stops, floats off the glass, no, tip again!
A Houston native, the center traveled a different route to get where he is right now. He played in Spain for his sophomore year and half of his junior year of high school.
It was fun. It was an experience where I got to grow, mature. I was there for the first month with my mom, the second month with my stepfather, and after that, I was on my own as a 16-year-old man. So I had to grow up quick, mature, and everyone's path isn't the same, and me and my mom knew that. And so we figured that was the best path for me. I never thought it hindered me at all. I mean, I was still being recruited.
He received offers from 8 schools, including Texas. But he swatted away the orange to throw on the crimson and cream.
I knew that we were a program on the incline, and I wanted to be a part of it.
He's been more than part of the team this season, leading one of the top teams in the nation with 2.4 blocks per game. He's gained Lon Kruger's respect.
Good guy that loves to play, a lot of energy, tremendous upside, potential-wise, and to become an even better player.
Latin credits a former teammate for his stellar play.
I got to play behind a big brother, behind Tayshawn, who taught me so much. He helped me grow. We played together in AAU, so he taught me little tricks. He was always kind of a mentor for me early in life. I feel like in basketball, if you're not growing, then there's no point in playing. So each year I want to get better. This year I got better than last year, and hopefully next year I'll be better than this year. And it's just something that we have to work on and that I will work on, and I know I'll be better at when it's my turn next year.
He's a natural power forward size, and yet shot blocking ability, you know, he's good in that low post too.
But when it's all said and done, Latin doesn't think too far ahead and just wants to win.
I want to win. It's really as far as I've gotten. And this year is definitely a year that I know we can make a deep run and we can take care of a lot of business. So I'm putting it all in this year.
For Sooner Sports Pad, I'm Gloria Noble.
Thanks, Gloria. And now the head coach of OU men's basketball is here to talk to us.
Thank you so much for being here today, Lon. We appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Now, what's the outlook of the team going into this week with a tough road game on Wednesday at 10?
Yeah, we've got a big week coming off of a tough loss over the weekend. We're one back in the standings now, and 2 games on the road at Lubbock at West Virginia. Our guys know how tough it is to go on the road. With 3 senior captains, leadership has been great throughout the year, and whether you win one or lose one, you can't let that affect the next game. And our guys have done a pretty good job of regaining their focus.
And obviously, we talked a little bit about the Big 12, and people weren't a huge fan of me, so sorry about that. But, I mean, what are your thoughts moving ahead in the Big 12 and eyes on the Big 12 tournament?
Yeah, we've got 6 games left. We're in the last third, and you know, all teams are still in the hunt. You know, top 6 or 7 teams. Kansas, of course, with a big road win at our place over the weekend, gave themselves a little bit of an edge, but still, they've got to play, and our guys know that. We've got to focus on each game one at a time, like you always do, and take care of our business at home, and then sneak out another couple on the road.
Now, you talked about the senior leadership that you guys have this year. How much does that mean to the rest of the team, and who really stands out as that ultimate leader for your team?
Yeah, it really is. Really by committee. You know, Buddy Heel, Isaiah Cousins, Ryan Spangler, 3 senior captains have done just a fantastic job, and you know, their impact on our program will go way beyond the next month or 6 weeks. The culture changed because of their work ethic, their attitude about making plays for each other, about being unselfish, all those things. The young guys really benefit from that, but most importantly, those guys are in the gym all the time. The young guys coming into the program, they see that and try to emulate that and figure that's what you need to do to be great players.
I mean, what you have done to this OU basketball program is phenomenal. I mean, the progress that has been made since you came to OU is just leaps and bounds. What does it mean to you to see your team blossom the way they have?
That's what you hope for. And it really happens because you identify the type of players that are going to come in and be good teammates, be good leaders, be good students, and represent not only on the court, but in the classroom and around the community. And again, this senior group is unbelievable. You know, the hardest working group that we've had in 35 years of coaching, and maybe the best ambassadors as well.
All right, Lon, I think Annie's got an audience question for you.
Yeah, guys, I'm back here with Nick Creedon, and he has a question for Lon.
Yeah, Coach, everyone always talks about, at the end of the day, how much fun it looks like you guys are having out on the court. You know, you notice the intensity, but it looks like you guys are having a great time. I was wondering, who do you think has the best sense of humor on the team?
Well, there's a bunch of them. Kadeem is one that's right there at the top. Buddy, of course, is going to be there. You know, Ryan Spangler, Isaiah Cousins, all those guys have their little bit of a different approach to humor. But it's a great group. It really is. They have fun playing. They have fun doing things together away from the basketball court as well. And appreciate you saying that, because you hope your players not only compete really hard and get good results, but have a good time doing it.
I thought you were going to answer yourself. So thank you.
I think players would probably rate me pretty low on that. They don't think a lot of what I say is very funny, that's for sure.
All right, well, don't go anywhere, because coming up next, we're getting personal with Lon. Stay with us. Earlier, and now it's time to have some fun and get personal. Guys, over to you. Sorry.
All right, Lon. Some easy questions to start off. Now, what's your favorite movie?
Sound of Music. Yeah.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Loved it from the first time I saw it, and you know, get tears every time I see it. So you can't give me, yeah.
Obviously, you've made a very decorated career for yourself as a basketball coach, but if you weren't a basketball coach, what would you be doing?
I'm a pushover for little kids. You know, I'd be doing something, elementary schools or middle schools. Love seeing their innocence and their sincerity and their enthusiasm. Something with the middle schools probably.
Oh, such a warm heart.
Yeah.
Okay, now who's the greatest basketball player you've ever seen play live?
Wow, there's so many. Oscar Robertson probably. I was really young when I watched him play, but the things he did on the floor to impact the game, not just scoring, but defensively, rebounding, just a phenomenal player, and made his team win.
Winning's always good.
Yeah, he's good.
If you could trade places with anybody for a day, who would it be and why?
Wow. From a athletic standpoint, I always thought Jack Nicklaus in his heyday. I'm a big golf fan, nut, and I thought he handled everything really well and set the bar higher for his next, that next generation. Always really had a lot of respect for how he did things and the ambassador he was for the game.
All right, well, I know some of our crew wants to know this. Where are your favorite places to eat in Norman?
Oh, I'll go with the establishments. Charleston's is always fantastic. Can't beat that. Louis, of course, if you want to go that direction, is fantastic. So many good places in town.
Everybody in the audience is writing this down. Where to find Lon? Got it. Now, you have coached 4 teams to the Sweet 16. What does that mean to you?
Well, it means we've had a lot of good players. You don't get there without really good players, guys that have enjoyed playing, guys that have been, had a passion for getting better, for doing it as a team. Again, the NCAA tournament is such a big event. It's hard to win games in the NCAA tournament. It's hard to win games anywhere, especially in the Big 12 Conference right now. But having good players, there's no shortcut to that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lon.
Thank you so much. Well, that's all the time we have. Be sure to like us on Facebook at Sooner Sports Pod and follow us on Twitter at Sooner Sports Pod. On behalf of the entire Sports Pod crew, we want to thank you for joining us.